Well, it appears that YouTube decides that they want to do it this way. So now I'm always going to have this few second lag. Alright guys, this is episode 53 of Psycho's Platters. This is my second take. My first take got killed. I hate this computer or YouTube or whatever it is. It's driving me nuts. So anyways guys, I really am sorry. I think it was like 3 weeks since the last time I made an episode. Half of it has really been because of health reasons. I really haven't been feeling very good. In fact, I'm kind of truthfully not really feeling like up to par right now, but I feel bad. So I wanted to try to at least throw an episode out there to you today. I've been to the doctors. I don't know. I just don't know. Other than me being a fat ass, I'm not entirely sure. They've been poked and prodded, blood work, blah, blah, blah. We'll see. But, okay, let me just get right into it. Originally, back in episode 51, episode 51, I said that I at least had one more episode worth of the find that I found. Well, I unintentionally became a liar because it turned out that I went back last week and found more. So I've got probably enough for 2 to 3 more episodes after this one. So my bad. I'm sorry. We're going to get right into it though. Like I said, the first few of these are from The Find, and then another one's from Goodwill. I'll mention that in a little bit too. Spirit on Old Records, the family that plays together stays together. I'm telling you, really cool album. I love this. I'll show you the gatefold here. You got a lot of talent in this band, period. Period. You've got, like I said, Ed Cassidy, who started out in jazz bands in the 20s. Mark Andes, who'd end up going to Heart. John Locke would end up going in and out of Spirit, but would play keyboards on a couple late 70s, early 80s Nazareth albums. Randy California, of course, the guitarist who briefly was in a band with Jimi Hendrix in the mid-60s, and Jay Ferguson, who would go from Spirit to Thunder Island to doing music for The Office TV show. Remember that show? I missed that show. This one, of course, here in really great shape on the old yellow Ode label. Try to find anything from Spirit, seriously, and you will not go wrong on that. Alright, to go from that to, hey, get this, you know me and my picture disc fascination. I cannot seem to get out of this. I don't know why, but I found this still sealed. Linda Ronstadt's Living in the USA from 1978. Actually, a really good album here, Back in the USA. She does Just One Look, does a cover of Elvis Costello's Allison. Just really good stuff here. And she does Love Me Tender too. Alright, let's see. I don't have too many half-speed masters in my collection. The only one that can pop into my mind right now is I do have one of Alan Parsons Project's I, Robot. Well, this is the second one I found. Yeah, the First Blood, Sweat, and Tears album. Childs of the Father of the Man. Yep. Really nice. There's your front, there's your back. That first album was actually pretty damn cool in my opinion. This of course is pretty much before David Clayton Thomas came in. You had Randy Brecker, who would end up going into the Brecker Brothers jazz group there per se. Jerry Weiss, who, if I remember correctly, he would end up jumping to, I hope I'm getting this right, Rhinoceros in the early 70s with was it Panera? Went to Rhinoceros? No, it wasn't. It was Larry Reinhardt from Iron Butterfly. Bobby Colomby, who pretty much was a mainstay from the first album all the way to about the late 1970s, who would play drums. Steve Katz, who he would end up in the Blues Project, if I remember correctly on that. Jim Fielder, who would end up briefly in Buffalo Springfield playing bass. And let's see here. And of course, Mr. Al Cooper. Yeah, I love Al Cooper. He's got good stuff. Alright, this one here. Let's see. This one was ultra cool in my opinion. I'll try to get it out of the plastic here. Eric Clapton's 24 Nights. Now, I am going to plead super duper ignorance on this. Here's your gatefold. Okay. And here's your back. This one was released in 1991, but I'm going, I didn't know that this was on vinyl. Look, see, there's drawings. And it's on the Reprise/Duck label. Pretty much like near mint, almost mint. There's like one scuff I think I can clean off of here. So it'd be, let's just say near mint for the moment. I found out the back history on this, that it only was available through Columbia House. Not too shabby, Abby, for finding this little sucker. But I'll enjoy this. I'm a big Clapton fan. He's pretty much got anything you can imagine is going to be on here. It was recorded live at the Royal Albert Hall. Now, this one here, I gotta confess, I'm not much of a Santana fan. I like Santana, like the first couple albums, when, you know, you had Neil Schon and Greg Raleigh, who'd split off and go to Journey, okay, and the other people that were there too. But when I found this, I'm sitting here and I'm going, ooh. Now, this here is the Santana Lotus album, okay? Now, you're going to have to bear with me because this is a little bit klutzy, so to speak. Because, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do this. Well, here's your picture book. I can tell you that. And your poster, excuse me. And who plays on what? Oh boy, I might not be able to do this really well. But, I mean, it's a triple album set. I'll at least show you the back here. Maybe I might be able to show you the front. It's not going to be real good. But the only thing I'll admit is that there's a slight tear. I think personally it's because the way the album was made, it wasn't that easy to come across. Where I'm going on all of this is that this particular Santana album was never released in the United States. Santana's Lotus, to my knowledge, you were only able to get as an import. Japanese import, German import, and Holland were the only imports that I know on that sucker. All the records in there are mint. I looked at them, but I'm not going to pull them out. Typical Red Label Columbia. My only regret is I wish it was in quad, because they did make it in quad, and that's, well, I love finding quad albums. Alright, so that's it for that part of the find. The rest of this here I found at Goodwill. Really good shape stuff. Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks, Before You Ask. It is the one with the artwork on the back. There's two different variations. But you got here, you know, really, really good stuff. You got, you know, Here Comes the Bad Bob Dylan, if I can do it today. Tangled up in blue. He always kind of makes anything almost sound like this. You're a Big Girl Now, Idiot Wind. You know, just really good stuff here for this. Like I said, the records are in really, really good shape. There was a couple Dylans actually I found. This one I did not have in my collection. This one is from 1980 called A Shot of Love. Yeah, I know that was bad. Excuse me, from 81 actually. This was during his Christian phase. He did Slow Train Comin' and Shot of Love, and there was a third one, For the Life of Me. And I want to say also that Infidel. Yeah, Infidels was a little bit too, just a little bit. But on here though, from 81, you have, you know, this is kind of a cool little lineup. You do have, of course, obviously Dylan. You got Keltner, who's in a lot of stuff. Also Fred Tackett from Little Feat. Ben Montage, who would, of course, be with Tom Petty. Danny Korchmar, electric guitar, pretty much standard, good session guy. Ringo is on one or two tracks, if I remember correctly. Donald Duck Dunn from Booker T and the MGs and the Blues Brothers, and Ron Wood is on guitar for On Heart of Mine. So kind of cool. Like I said, I'm looking forward to hearing this a little bit, and of course it's typical on the Orange Columbia label. And lastly, I've actually never seen this one on vinyl, so this was kind of cool in my opinion. From 1988, Down in the Groove. Yeah, I did not know There's your front, there's your back. But I mean, just like I said, I've never seen this one before, so that's kind of cool in its own sake. Once again, Orange Columbia. And then the two non-Dylans that I found, I actually found a nice copy of Hearts from America. I always liked America. I know they're going back out on the road again. Go see them if you can. The typical original Warner Brother Palms label. For this one here, pretty much you've got, let's see, what were the big ones on here? Sister Golden Hair. That was your biggie on here. But so you got that. And then, I didn't have this before. This is old school Fleetwood Mac. Old school on Sire Records. Fleetwood Mac in Chicago, featuring Otis Spann, Willie Dixon, Shaky Horton, J.T. Brown, Guitar Buddy, Honey Boy Edwards, and S.P. Leary. And of course it does say that this originally was recorded on Blue Horizon. I'd love to find that one someday. It is a gatefold, but it pretty much, oops, dang it. Oh boy, pretty much just shows that it shows there. Okay, that's it for the records per se, except I know now that I'm going to have to be careful with this one because it slid out on me. Did pick up some interesting things at B&N. That's Barnes for you people that maybe have one. Couple bucks a piece, not too shabby. Look for them if you still can. Iron Man from Tony Iommi, really good read. If you're big into Sabbath and otherwise, this is a must. Also, Red from Sammy Hagar. You know, I have always liked Sammy Hagar, from solo stuff to what I call Van Hagar to Chickenfoot to Lord knows, you know, the Wabaritas, and you know, go check him out. I'll admit I've only seen him once. That was when Van Hagar played the Monsters of Rock in 1988. And then this I thought was kind of funny, a little off the tangent from everything else. I managed to pick up for 50 cents Boxcar Willie's My Life Story. Now, I don't know if you know, here's the front, who's the back, who Boxcar Willie is. He is a country guy who did a lot of train-themed songs over the years. One of his big breaks, actually, was he won the Gong Show in 1975, 76. The reason why I snagged this, and this is old, this is from 95, he autographed it. Yes, he did. And he originally, he got out of doing major tours and decided to do the Branson thing back when the Branson thing wasn't yet touristy, you know. So I found out, though, according to good old Wikipedia, that he passed away in '99 of leukemia. So I mean, it's a good read. It actually really was, for what it was worth. He lived a lot in his short time. All right, listen. Here's some shout-outs. One especially towards the end I will declare, but firstly, congratulations, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark, for making 250 episodes. Congratulations to you, sir. God, I love you. I do, and I mean that in a manly way. And but you and Mike Adams and John Commander Walsh and Tim Laux, and I know I'm probably forgetting a couple people, but the rest of the people involved, you guys make this show a kick-ass Sunday night. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should. It should be required Sunday night listening. 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go like him on Facebook, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Click the like. You want to listen on Sunday nights? Go click the link under the profile pic and you will be there. Right after that, from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard is the Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams. You like lounging exotica? Hell, even if you don't like lounging exotica, you deserve to treat your ears to something different for an hour every week. This is the way to do it. Also, another good show that kind of slightly interlaps, but I caught maybe one episode recently. This is Rock and Roll Radio. That's also out of Syracuse. Go figure. But they're on from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Standard. Really good stuff there, too. Okay. Let's see. Record Collector Magazine. I love them, but for whatever reason, they decided to not allow people to put posts up. So I don't know if I'll be able to put posts up anymore. I want to. I love you guys. You guys love me back, obviously. We'll see. Shindig magazine out of England, fantastic magazine as well. If you like your 60s and 70s to be known and unknown sounds, this is the way to do it, is through that. Okay, lastly, we put up a teaser episode or teaser clip, okay, about 5.5 minutes long. Excuse me. It is a teaser clip for the new show Knights of the Round Turntable. Excuse me. God, that hurt. It is Doug Fields, Grant Dobbin, and yourself. I mean, yours truly, yourself. Yours truly, Paul Pease here. And we shot this. I would like everybody that subscribes to me, or everybody that watches me, will you please do me a post St. Patrick's Day favor, please, and go off to the YouTube channel Knights Talk, KNIGHTS Talk, and click and subscribe, because that is the channel for Knights of the Round Turntable. And go watch the clip. I see that there's almost 30 views already, and it's only been posted since Sunday, so I mean, that's not too shabby, I guess. But I'd like to see more people involved in this. So listen, guys, until next episode, I love you guys. Hopefully I'll start feeling better and everything else. So take care, rock on, and God bless.